What do you say we get back to the invasion, gentlemen? Yeah, good evening.
Andrew, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? Good evening. How's life treating you,
Great.
man? The debate prompt is Confederacy, and then it has the little X out there, and then it says Christianity, LGBTQ plus. I don't know exactly what the debate prompt is. What does
Not
that
a big
mean?
fan of Christianity. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Christianity. I don't really have a problem with Christianity. It just depends.
Well, how come
And
the
I'm a huge
Confederacy
fan of the
thing?
LGBTQ.
How come the Confederacy thing is X'd out, but Christianity is not? I guess that's what confuses me.
Confederacy is based in slavery. It's based in racism, and I think just supporting something like that is definitely not a great thing to support. Whereas Christianity is fine. If you want to believe in whatever you want to believe, that's completely fine. As long as you don't impose it, I'm totally fine. As long as you don't tell other people that they're going to be tortured for all of eternity just for simply existing, I think it's totally fine.
So I can give you,
If
I,
I
can-
mean,
I can
if it
give you
makes
my
you
ration.
happy, go for it.
Well, I can
But
give you my rationale. No. I mean imposing it on other people who don't even like it. I can give you kind of my argument for this.
Andrew, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Your intelligence is fucking 1,000, and my intelligence is like a 10, dog. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Okay, well, maybe we can talk about something that's like super easy then. Can we talk about Trump Day and how awesome it is that Donald J. Trump got elected?
I just not a big fan of grape, man. I'm not a big fan of the whole grape thing.
What do you mean? He didn't
Um,
grape anybody, bro. You don't believe that shit, do
hmm.
you?
Yeah, sure do. Yeah.
Why?
Why wouldn't I?
Well, because there's no good compelling evidence for it. Like
Mm.
Clinton, for instance, we had actual evidence that he stuck a cigar up Monica's, you know what, right? But nothing like that. Trump was only held civilly liable in a single case, and it was because the court basically hated his guts. And civil,
And it wasn't because of evidence.
no, civil liability is a much
Got it.
well, here I can prove it to you. Civil liability
Got
is
it.
a much smaller threshold than criminal liability. Didn't you ever wonder why they didn't criminally charge him? Because they didn't have enough evidence to do so, right? You do realize, like,
Even so, even
okay, go
well,
ahead.
wait, hold on,
Yeah,
hold,
sure,
hold on.
sure,
What do you
sure.
mean there wasn't enough evidence? What are you talking about? If there wasn't enough evidence, it wouldn't have they wouldn't have come to the consensus that they did.
Well, no. That's incorrect. So in a criminal court, the evidence standard is high, and it should be high, so that we actually can show enough compelling evidence for a conviction for criminality. Civil court, the evidence is very low. Like, for instance, you can get a bogus traffic ticket from a cop and end up in a civil court, and you're held liable for it, and you did nothing wrong. This happens nonstop all the time, and then you add bias to that of a court that doesn't like you, and suddenly it becomes a very compelling case that likely nothing actually bad happened there at all. So in here, I'll give you kind of my argument for this, which is just this. You and I would agree that women do disproportionately go after rich men who have money in cases like this civilly, so that they can collect money and not criminally. So they don't go and say, I want to criminally prosecute this person. I want him to be civilly found liable, so I get a payout because they're rich. Like, this happens with
I'm
rock
not.
stars, and this happens with, but I mean, it logically tracks,
I'm
right?
not agreeing. Yeah, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. That's a very vague claim about, especially just women. I'm not making that kind of claim.
No, I'm well, okay. Let's just logically track it. Okay. Do you think that a woman who had nefarious aims, and I'm not saying women are nefarious because of this, but just women who had nefarious claims would be more likely?
Making
Go ahead.
see making such a broad claim like that. I don't.
I'm not even
I'm
making
good.
a broad claim. I'm just asking you a basic logic question. Do you think that?
You're saying
Yeah.
women. You're saying do women?
No,
You're
not
literally
women. Not women. Women
do
who
women.
have
I don't understand.
nefarious intentions. Meaning, you and I would agree that women aren't evil, but some women are evil, and men aren't evil, but some men are evil. And
Right.
so, if some men are going to target the evil men are going to target people, they're going to target people who are good marks, right? And so it stands to reason that women would do the same thing. So if a woman was going to target a mark, right, for some type of big payout, they're going to target the rich ones, right? The evil women.
You could.
I mean they're not going to target
Hypothetically.
poor people, right? They're going to target rich people. That's what those types of women
Maybe,
would
I
do.
guess.
So that's why it's
Sure.
yeah, so that's why it's disproportionate. That's why very rich people have a disproportionate amount of targets for false claims of SA compared to poor people, because of the payout involved.
So I don't understand how this proves that it's fake.
Well, it's not a matter of proving or disproving it's fake, but whether the benefit of the doubt that if there's no criminal conviction, and we know that disproportionately these nefarious women or evil women, the ones who are evil, would obviously target a Mark who is rich for the payday, that we should probably move towards the standard that if there's no criminal conviction, we have not actually established that any sort of sexual assault really happened here.
Can you prove that E. Jean Carroll was an evil woman?
Could she prove that a sexual assault actually happened? Because if she could, It would be criminal.
Yes. Well, no.
Then why isn't Trump in jail?
Because it was in civil court because it was the extended time.
Okay. Because it was
after the limits of
statute of limitations. But isn't it interesting? Yeah. Then disproportionately how many women wait until after the statute of limitations is up so they can get a payday versus trying to get a criminal conviction because they know the standard of evidence is lower. That's exactly what a con artist would do.
Still doesn't prove anything.
Yeah, but it doesn't prove it her way either.
But you're basically saying a bunch of very vague semi-logical claims. Again, that doesn't prove that it's actually true.
Okay, let's walk through this then. What do you think is the most compelling evidence she presented?
Any sort of medical evidence.
She didn't have any medical evidence.
What?
Yeah, zero medical evidence.
Zero. Now I know you're lying.
Okay, pull it up.
Now I know.
If I'm lying right now, I'll apologize to you. Pull up the case.
So they had the entire thing off of zero medical records.
It's purely off of her word, yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they had medical evidence, then that would mean that she went in and she had like a kit done, and they would have criminally prosecuted him right then and there. But that's not the case. By the way, the same thing happened to Blasio.
Or just any sort of evidence, and it's not just what you specifically said. It could be anything. Maybe she didn't get tested. Maybe she didn't get
Yeah, so that's non-medical evidence.
Any sort of evidence.
Yeah, there's no medical evidence. It's just her words. He said, she said. It's just like Blasio Ford. When Blasio Ford came forward and said that Brett Kavanaugh essayed her. She had zero medical evidence, couldn't even remember the area this guy was in, couldn't remember any of this. The entirety of the evidence that she brought forward was only that at the time she had told one of her close friends, and her close friend said, yes, that's it. Right. And so that's how low the standard is to even testify in front of Congress. Wouldn't you feel like you got shafted if you were a really rich person and you literally got held civilly liable on a he said, she said with no evidence purported? That's all that was required. That's all she had.
I just wouldn't do anything. If I was fucking, I just wouldn't fucking touch women. Like, that's it. Like, if I had $1 billion.
Yeah, but he didn't.
I just literally wouldn't go around.
Yeah, but he probably didn't touch her. That's the point.
Inappropriately.
That's the point.
But
like, he could have been in a.
You don't know that, though.
Yeah, but
that's what I mean. We're still just living with what ifs.
Yeah, but
I like to live in.
But that's why I hate the idea that because this guy had a civil case against him for something where the evidence is so low that all it takes is a claim for a payout. It seems like the incentive is for her to get the payout without the burden of evidence, which would cause the conviction, which is why I would never side with that person and make the claim this guy is an actual, essayer, because there's no criminal conviction there. We have not met the burden of evidence you and I would consider reasonable.
Still seems kind of weird that they would vote, Trump guilty with no evidence. Seems kind of weird.
Who voted him guilty?
What was it? Wasn't there the fucking people there? Wasn't there the jury?
Do you know though that this is a settlement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, anybody can claim anything, and the burden of proof is so low that just based on he said, she said, they can rule one way or the other with no physical evidence whatsoever. There's no physical evidence in this case at all. None. Zero.
None.
None.
Who said that?
None. Yeah, I'm saying that. You can look up the case right now. There's zero physical evidence.
Yeah, I don't know, man. See, there's a lot of holes in your story.
Okay, tell me the hole.
I'm good, dude. The fact that you said that there's zero evidence, that there's no evidence of her.
No, zero material evidence.
I don't know, man.
Zero physical evidence. But I mean, based on what though? If you and I agree that if there's a person who is considered a mark by women who could get a payday, they're considered a mark, so they would sue based on that. And they don't even have to provide physical evidence. And the reason that they're suing is because the threshold is so low. Why should we assume instantly that even if the court ruled in their favor, that means the person's actually liable? It's not a criminal conviction.
Still weird.
Yeah, but it's
weird.
not
I'm
weird.
good. I'm good.
Haven't you
I'm
ever
good.
had a speeding ticket that was
Still
wrongful?
Nope.
You've never had but you agree that happens all the time.
What, speeding tickets?
Yeah, speeding tickets. And you agree that many are wrongful and people contest them and
No.
still rule in the favor of the
know.
cop, right?
Like, it's just, no, man. I don't know. I don't want to make like a super vague claim and then pinpoint it to
Okay,
something else.
are
It's just
African
weird.
American people disproportionately targeted by police?
See what I mean? That's what I mean. You do like a super vague.
That's
one.
not a claim. That's
good,
a question.
I'm good.
That's a question, not a claim.
Yeah.
Are African Americans disproportionately?
Do you have any actual evidence?
I'm just asking you a simple logic question.
I really don't want to keep talking about Trump, man. I'm going to keep it real. I'd really just.
Well, what do you want to talk about? Well, one more topic, and then we'll call it quits. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Honestly, no. I think I'm just going to move on to the next guest. Honestly.
All right.
I mean, I've never really told anyone this before, but I think I'm attracted to crystals.
No.
Are the crystals coming?
Well, I hope they're coming.
I hope so too.
No, dude.
But
Apparently, it's okay.
She tied it together. She tied it together, dude.
It's fine.
Who wouldn't want to be beamed into a crystal?
A giant crystal.
You'll be damned.
I
just want to know what your thoughts are on that.
Do you condemn people to hell?
No, I don't, because I'm not God.
Still, why would you say that?
No,
Do you just randomly tell people that they're going to be tortured forever? Dog, that's
no,
weird, dude.
I don't.
What?
I don't. No, you're misunderstanding. I don't. No. But I do think that if y'all aren't careful, you might get trapped in the crystal.
Oh, the crystal, you say?
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that, and I don't know how true it is,
I'm hearing a good amount, yeah.
But it doesn't sound good.
Okay, I'm going to bring up one more. I'm bringing up one more.
So I wanted to talk about the Confederacy one. Did you know about the actual history of the Confederacy? Well, then you would know that each star on the flag actually stands for a primordial crystal, and they sealed away the original 13 colonies, each one in a primordial crystal.
In this crystal, you
Yeah. They sealed away one colony per crystal, and when each colony was unleashed.
I know you said you're not against it, and a lot of people have been coming in here and just, using Christianity as a, like this thing to say LGBT is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been reading... Argument. Are you familiar with the book Revelation?
Yeah.
Okay. If you would like to start using this as one of your points, because nobody, none of the Christians know about this verse. It's Revelations 22, verse 1. And if you can read it out to me, would you mind that?
Yeah, let me look it up real quick. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly think this is a great thing to use.
Yeah.
Honestly, just the first verse too. 22:1.
All right.
And if you don't mind reading it out loud.
I see one that says, "Then the angel showed me a river of water as life, as clear as crystal flowing from the..." No!
Clear as what?
Keep doing it. Clear as crystal. No!
Christ is king, buddy. Christ is king, buddy.
Why would you do this? No, Mark. Why would you do this? No! Why would you do this? God damn it. Fucking love it. Fucking love it, dude. God damn it. I knew it was coming, dude. I knew it was fucking coming, dude. You got 30 seconds.
Get fucked, bro. That was so
then you
funny.
can ask away.
It's actually coming from it's actually coming in the form of a crystal from my leader Andrew.
See, man? See, that's too bad, man.
He's taking the gamble, but tell him to get fucked.
Nuts out for peanut. All right, dog. I'll bring you up.
Hey.
Hey, man. Where's my 100 galaxies, dog?
We're gonna get them in the mail, I promise. All right.
I want them right now, dog. If you don't send them right now, I'm gonna just kick. I'm gonna kick you
get them in the mail, bro.
They killed my squigga, bro.
Okay, where's my galaxy? Where's my galaxies, bro?
I'm sending them. Hold on. I'm sending them.
All right, where they at? Where they at now?
Crystal.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. John, where's my galaxy, dog?
I'm going to put you in a crystal.
No, not the crystal. Not the crystal. No, please. Yes,
So
sir.
what I was trying to say on my stupid ass connection, I fixed it though. So I've always been a Republican. I just switched Democrat, and I'm just taking a wild guess. You're probably more on the progressive side. My dog just
I hope
shits
you're
all
doing
over the
very
place.
well. I hope you're
Where
doing
is it,
well.
dude?
all my
Where,
food.
I don't
Doesn't
see
do
it,
a
dude.
fucking
Where
thing.
is it?
So my dog is
Where is it?
obviously
Where's
a
the galaxies,
Democrat.
dog? Where is it?
So will my dog get its own crystal?
Man, I've been watching for like an hour, and I requested like 45 minutes ago, and all I've been hearing about is fucking crystals and shit.
Crystals?
I don't know what.
Me
I
and
don't
you
know
both.
what's going on with them
Me
people,
and you
bro.
both, brother. Not a fucking
Hey.
clue.
What's the name? Peanut the squirrel.
Yes, yes, I sure have. Why?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what are your opinions on that exactly?
What are my opinions? Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Peanut.
Facts. Rest in peace, Peanut. Nuts out for Peanut. You feel me?
Yes.
Nuts out for Peanut.
Yes. Peanuts, yes.
Hey,
Peanuts,
my God, yes. Nuts out for Peanut. That's what I'm talking
Peanuts out for peanuts, yeah.
about. No. Not peanuts out for Peanut.
Oh.
Nuts out for Peanut. You feel me?
No.
We gotta
No. I just
plop the nuts on the table for Peanut. You feel me?
No, I'll pass.
No? Oh, damn.
No,
that's crazy.
no, I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good. Thanks.
All right. Well, I mean, but they did unalive Peanut though. Yeah, they killed my squigga.
They
I'm moving
put
on.
him.
That's it. I'm gonna call it a night.
He's done. He's done.